Hey everybody, welcome back to Taste of Victory. Today we have Bluenumemon for the Digimon TCG 2020 Discord server here with his 4th place at Locals punch deck. So let's show us why it's a punch deck, bro. Why are you punching people in the face with this? What do you got for us?
Hi Tasty. This is a punch deck. Punch deck is good deck.
Nice, I like the Unga Bunga. Nice and simple.
So we'll just pull out the star of the show right from the start.
Okay.
Let me grab them here. So, we got ourselves starter deck Wargreymon.
Oh, nice. Okay, starter. That's an interesting choice. You don't see that often?
No. So, just to give a little backstory,
Yep.
the punch concept came from a set 4 deck when Blastmon came out. Now,
Okay.
Blastmon's whole thing was it's a 13k security attack +1. Your opponent can choose any of their unsuspended Digimon, and it chooses to hit that. Easy peasy. So the punch concept comes from the option card related to that. It gives reboot, blocker, and security attack +1 if your DP gets big enough.
Yep.
So stacking a bunch of that on top of itself, you have a big defensive wall, plus you get to deal a bunch of security damage. So we're taking out the defensive part, we're playing red, we're gonna put all our security attack in there.
Let's go. Yes, just take 5 security in one swing. I like it.
To be honest, the few games we ended up playing last night, I managed to check 4 security 3 different times and 5 security once. So
Nice. Consistency.
it does work.
It works. I like it. Yeah. Nice. Underrated choice. Everyone usually goes to booster set 1. Yeah, but we want to do punch. Get all those securities out the way in one swing. I like it.
So to get to that, Wargreymon starter deck says for every 2 Digivolution cards you have, he gets security attack +1.
Yep.
Very, very simple. What you'll do is you'll build up your body over time. He's a little expensive to evolve into, but 12,000 DP is generally big enough to get over things. The only things I think it won't be able to get over is Millenniummon, some other 12Ks, and Omnimon.
Okay.
So we'll start. We're going to run a little bit your starter deck Agumon.
Nice.
If you got a few options here, you can throw in some promo Agumons. You may have opened one in a booster box or something. Not the cheapest option, but you know, these are replaceable. You can throw in some. If we can get this to flip, Guilmons.
Nice.
Just every little bit of DP addition that we can add onto our Wargreymon just to make sure it's going to survive those security checks.
Definitely. 1,000 goes a long way. Yeah, so you survive other vanillas at 12k.
And I guess just to finish out our level 3s, we're also playing lots of 2-drops. Since Wargreymon is a little steep on the Evo cost, we want to make sure we're keeping everything else on the cheap end. We got some starter deck Biomons, we got some Monodramons.
Yeah, that 2 cost is valuable. I like it.
So, just a mix of these guys, 4 Agumon, 4 Biomon, 4 Monodramon, and then tech in some Guilmon if you don't have these promo Agumons. If I had a couple more promo Agumons, I'd probably substitute those in.
Same, I got
And
0
that
of them.
about finishes our rookie lineup. So how else are we going to get this guy to check all the security? But Red Staple Champion. We got ourselves, if it'll flip, there we go. Greymon. What's it do? Security attack +1.
Nice.
Wow. It's exactly what we want.
Exactly, the synergy.
Then
4 of this baby, no doubt.
Oh yeah, 4 of. Additionally, we want to be able to build up to our giant, huge security attack swing, so we're going to need our full play set of blockers.
Okay.
And this next slot is kind of flexible.
All right.
Right now, I'm actually running Dark Tyrannomon, but it's kind of optional. If I had the choice, I would have run BT1 Greymon because that gives another inheritable for +2,000 DP, which lets our Wargreymon with a Horomon and one of these guys underneath clear Omnimon's insecurity.
Oh, that's
but-
fantastic. Nice, yeah.
My boxes were a little on the short end for Greymon, so we're doing a play set of Dark Tyrannomons. Get a little bit of extra aggression, a little cheaper evolution.
Yeah, you can climb up faster, so it's not the worst thing in the world at all.
All right, and that's our full champion lineup. Just a full play set of each one of these guys.
Nice, I like it. Yep.
Okay, let's clear these guys out. Keep Koromon on top.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
So next, unsurprising, this is going to be one of our backup win conditions. It's a Metal Tyrannomon, which you may see from a lot of Red Omni lists. If you actually do look at this, this looks almost exactly like a Red Omni list. But I assure you it is not.
Alright.
So we're running a full play set of Metal Tyrannomon with all the boosts that we can get from things like Guilmon. If I had the BT1 Greymons in here, bring them up to 12k. He can get the security attack +1s from Greymon. He can go in for a pretty nice amount of damage. 10k is going to survive a lot of different things.
Definitely. That's pretty fantastic. Did you find yourself swinging with him often, or was he like a desperation swing?
I actually found I was swinging with him often. Just being able to use the big DP to chip down security or even take out big chunks at a time is really, really useful.
Definitely.
Although we really do want to commit to our meme here, our strategy here.
Right, strategy, tier 0.
Swinging all our security with this starter deck Wargreymon. So
got it.
Our next option, you'll recognize it.
Yeah, Groundramon. Every red player's favorite ultimate.
Only 2.
Only 2? Wow, interesting choice. Okay. So why only 2?
Because I only opened 2 in my box.
Makes sense.
So
yeah, that's I said in the last video. 1.0 is the what you have meta, basically.
Yeah. I actually would probably substitute this out for some secret Metal Greymons because plus 3000 DP.
Right, that's huge. Yeah.
15k right here.
Exactly.
Pretty nice.
Definitely.
I think that would be pretty decent. And then our final option, we're running as a 2 of.
Okay.
Starter deck Metal Greymon. This has come up more often than you would expect.
Awesome. Yeah, that card's very underrated. That block memory gain is really clutch, I'd feel.
So when your deck is swinging in for all these really big security swings, whether it's 2, 3, 4, your opponent has to make that decision at some point. Do I let this through? Or do I give him 3 memory? And I've actually gotten this to trigger 3-4 times so far since I've been playtesting the deck.
Nice.
That's probably across 6-7 different games. Doesn't come up often, but when it does, it's super, super clutch.
Yeah, it sounds like it. That's coming up more often than I would ever expect, honestly. That's interesting. Cool.
Yeah. When you chunk security with something like... Here, I'll just grab one of our level 6s that we're playing.
Oh,
Volcanic Dramon, which comes with its own inherent, what's the word for it?
Effect.
Innate security +1.
Yeah.
Say you have Greymon under there, you have Agumon, you have Koromon, that's a 12k +2, that's 3 checks.
Yeah, definitely.
This happened in my first game last night against Blue Omni. I managed to get the Volk on the field, swing in, he chose not to block it the first time, it had the Metal Greymon underneath. He's like, okay, I'm not giving you those 3 memory. Went through 3 security pretty easily.
Amazing.
Next turn, I had 2 more bodies on board plus this Volcanic. He's at 2, has a blocker.
Yeah.
If he lets that through, he loses.
Yeah, definitely.
So instead,
he make the hard choice now.
Give me the 3 memory. It was very, very nice.
Sweet. Yeah, puts a lot of good pressure on your opponent. I like the versatility Volcanic Dramon offers this deck. That's cool.
All right, and then something I forgot. Just tech 1 of Skull Greymon.
Okay, great. Skull Greymon's useful. Yeah, pop those blockers with a body.
Yeah, it's nice anti-blocker.
Yeah, I like it, especially at 1, you said. I like that. It's a good number for it.
This hasn't actually come up yet, but there's situations where, they hard cast a blocker and you're like, oh, you gave me 5, let me give you a little extra and I have an ultimate.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So that's our ulti lineup, and going back to our 6s.
9 ultimates, I like it. Spicy.
We got our Volcanic, which we're running as a 3 of.
Okay, nice. I feel it's usually like a 2 of, so that's a good. I like that.
So this is where we're going to deviate a little bit from
Red Omni list.
Your Red Omni list. So let's just pull out all these guys. They're the win conditions.
Okay, sure. Yeah, let's put them all out at once.
Okay, so there we go. So we're running 3 starter deck Wargreymons, 3 Volcanic, and
regular Warg. Okay.
1
the booster
which
set.
again, has come up. So the theme among all these guys is we have some way to get or have security attack +1 on all of them. All of my level 6s are going to be swinging in for as much damage as I can.
Yeah, as much as in a single swing. Aggressive as possible.
So that's basically summing up our level 6 line. It's all very self-explanatory. This is a nice anti-go wide. This one's decent in the red matchup. Just stop those Gaia forces
don't gotta worry about Gaia.
for everything. So, while we're sitting here thinking about it, with what I have, we have all the DP plus. This guy here, he gives himself inheritably +2 if you get all the way from a Digi-Egg up to him. So that's only 3 checks. We have Greymon, that's a 4th check. So how do we get the 5th?
I'm wondering.
Pretty obvious.
Yeah, structure.
Two
Two
of Memory Tie.
Okay. 2 Memory Tie. Yeah, because of that stack, you're gonna get that plus, and then you get the memory setting effect. Nice.
Yes. That's one of the best ways to handle a lot of the Omni decks running around. Omni likes to play the game where it's going to be choking you at 1 every turn. Getting a Memory Tamer early is always really, really good into the matchup. So,
it gives you more wiggle room to play with.
So these guys also playing into the strategy I want to build. Pretty nice. But we can't guarantee we're always going to have these ties, so backup plan. Come on. Great Tornado.
Oh, interesting.
Which has come up.
Has it?
Didn't come up in the way I would expect, but it has. Plus 2,000 is very, very decent, and then the security attack +1 by itself is a very strong effect. Plus it lets me stack it on top of either these Volcanics, the Wargreymon BT1.
Yeah.
Lets me hit for as much security as possible, and it reminds me a lot of Zubagon Punch, so, I mean, it makes me happy.
I can see that, yeah. Nice, that sentimental addition. That's pretty cool. Yep. 3 seems a little costly for it, but, like, if it gets you game, it gets you game. Just play it, swing. I like it.
Very true.
Very true.
Works well with these ties.
Yeah.
Alright, next. This is more or less obvious. You're playing a red deck. What do you include?
You gotta include Gaia Force.
Yep.
There we go. There it is. Gaia Force.
I mean, it's also got Wargreymon in the art on all 4 of these options, so I mean, it's thematic. It counts.
It's thematic, yeah. It definitely fits.
And then, unfortunately, we are in this list running...
Also, this is still an Omnimon deck.
2 Omnimons. Only 2.
Okay. Only 2. Okay. So Omnimon, I'm assuming this deck he's more of like a control rather than your end game. He's like a neck.
Correct. I mean, you could substitute out these Omnimons for, say, a 4th Gaia Force, another tie, another Volcanic, another starter deck Wargreymon. You could top off one of the other levels you have. These guys actually, I think the destruction effect came up once, but I never found myself swinging multiple times with them. The only time they've really been good is just destruction effect, which a lot of these other things can accomplish.
Okay, yeah. So he's more of like an option with legs, really, in this deck.
Correct. We are still all in on our Wargreymon. We just happen to have them, and if you don't have the budget for it, you know, stick another Great Tornado in. Way better.
Same accomplishment, yeah. Omnimon's overrated.
Yeah, Omnimon swings twice. If you put a Great Tornado on something, that's 2 swings.
That's 2 swings.
Think about it.
Way better. Yeah, value.
Plus 2.
Big brains.
And another thing you'll notice that's different from a red Omnimon list here.
Yeah.
No Phoenixmon.
Yeah, no 2 costs to Digivolve fast.
We're going all in. People are still in that, oh, I need to choke memory, oh, I need to control phase. So I put it upon myself to be like, nope, we're not doing that. We're not choking memory. We're going to play what I have. Maybe I'll choke memory. Maybe I won't.
Yeah. It's whatever the luck blesses you with.
But here we go. This is BT1 Punch.
Nice, BT1 Punch. And I'm assuming 4 Koras? No 5th Digitama, or?
No 5th Digitama. It's all Koromon.
Yeah, you always want to see it. Okay.
Now, one more thing I'd be remiss to talk about is the number of cards in this deck that just come from starter decks.
Mm-hmm.
If we weren't having the distribution problems right now, and everything was working hunky-dory like we wish it was, this would be almost a budget deck. Just cut some Omnimons, you can cut Wargreymon. Everything else in here is a common or from a starter deck.
That's amazing. Yeah, nice, almost friendly, budget friendly.
Ties or rares, but 2 red starter decks, you could build the majority of this deck and then just fill it in with pack filler.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, okay, that's really great. Yeah, maybe in the future, when people see this and the distribution problems are over, it could be a budget deck for them.
Here's hoping, but I don't want to say budget friendly without the quotations if you have it available.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense, totally. Because I can't even get those structure decks. I'm over here, pillar of the community, 1K subs. Can't find them.
BT1 Punch.
I love it. This sounds like such a good deck. Like, if you don't want to think, just stack and hit hard. I like it.
Yeah. Very, very minimal decision making. It's just what can hit my opponent hardest. The only thing you really need to think about is do I wait or do I go?
I like that.
Because the best way to get this Wargreymon online is to literally sit there for 2-3 turns and just build it up in raising. You're going to miss out on your extra Tama draw from the following turns.
Yeah.
Your opponent's going to get some damage in, but if I'm swinging for 5 and have one other body on board, that's game. That's all that matters.
Okay, cool. I like that. So how are the matchups? What was the most hardest matchup for you guys? What was easy? How did that go?
Realistically, the hardest matchup is other red decks. So red Omni mainly.
Yeah.
You're always going to have trouble with these Wargreymons hitting an option in security.
Yeah.
They're going to punch, and they're going to punch hard.
Right, so they might reveal Gaia eventually. Yeah.
You flip a Gaia Force on the first check, and your day's sad.
That's heartbreaking. That'd be awful. I would just scoop, go to game 2 right away. Be so salty. 2 tilt to the finish.
I mean, you could flip a Cocytus. I know some people are running 7 Heavens.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Terror Cluster.
Terror Cluster. Yeah, I guess I would remove insecurity. Oof. Frustrating.
But as long as you're playing safe, this has a pretty solid matchup. Blue Omni can go a little slow. You have a decent security to get over a lot of their stuff. Melga isn't too much of a problem. You can swing over it pretty easily if they leave it unprotected.
Yeah.
Yellow matchup, pretty easy. Your DP boosts really, really help you get over any DP minus you could find in security, and just being naturally 12k makes it really hard for yellow to remove these guys without putting a lot of extra investment in.
Yeah, makes sense.
Even a Kentoros popping itself on something means these guys still have 1k left, and they have to figure out some way to put that additional pressure on them. Green, I haven't really fought against, and purple probably is not the best matchup either. Retaliation is
right, yeah, that would leave you wide
pretty
open.
Big bummer.
That's rough, yeah.
And black shouldn't be too hard. I haven't really experimented with the black matchup either.
Right, yeah, that Metal Greymon is probably a good tech against them, yeah. The Skull Greymon too. Yeah, you got
Metal
answers.
Greymon, Skull Greymon.
I like it. Yeah, this seems like it have like pretty decent matchups in this meta. I like it. Congratulations on your 4th place placing in the locals tournament. That's amazing. This deck seems really fun. If I could actually get structured decks, man, I would be playing this too. I love red. I like punching things. All right. So thanks for coming on. So Numemon, anything you need to plug, anything you want to say shout out to, go ahead and do that now. If there's something you want to say while we end the video.
Anyone who's interested, during reveal season for Digimon, there's a little podcast that goes on called DevCast. I'm a part of that, as well as many other members of the community. Orange Swim is the host for that. He's very well known as the man who created DigimonCard.dev, which you may have used as your primary deck builder for quite some time. Props to him. But come check us out on the DevCast whenever you get the chance. It's usually only during reveal seasons when new cards come out.
Makes sense.
We get together, we discuss how we think they'll work.
Yeah. You guys gotta have me on there. I'd love to be on there in some episodes. It's like 8 a.m. filming though.
That's all on Orange. I'm a background guy.
Guest episode.
Guest episode starring Tamsty.
Exactly.
Additionally, let's plug Hard Mode Games Discord. If you haven't been there before, check that out.
Check that in the description below, guys. It'll be there.
A lot of different games get played there. We play a lot of Digimon, but sometimes we play Halo. Sometimes we're playing Digimon Rumble Chess. We've played Scriblio. What else? Oh, there's a bunch of stuff that they play. Lots of party games. Among Us for quite some time while that was still a thing.
Classic, yeah. And Digimon Rumble Arena in there.
I guess the last one would be don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Taste of Victory.
What? Thank you, dude.
Ring that bell. Hashtag shilling.
Hashtag shilling. Gaia Force that bell.
I Gaia Force that bell, and you know what? It helps me get the content that I enjoy right there in my notifications on YouTube.
You heard it right there from him, folks. How do you think he's top 4ing all these tournaments? Let's go.
Punch and tasty. It makes sense.
It makes sense. It's a tasty punch. Coolly got nothing on us. Alright, thanks. That was a great deck profile. Thanks for coming on and showing it to us, Newman.
No problem.
Alright, guys. So that was the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So until then, remember to stay hungry until you get a taste of victory.